Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to say thank you for coming to our presentation. It's great to see you all. Okay, let me introduce myself and my partners. I'm NURZAYNI and my partners are DELLA AZIZAH, NURUL AINI MARLINA, Muhammad ISAMU, and KHAIRUNNISA YUMNA HANAN. We are from Group 5. Today we want to present our business project. In this presentation, we will show how we run business with using database. Okay, without any further ado, let's get started. The first material will explain by DELLA AZIZAH. So DELLA, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for moderator. I will introduce our business that use database of Microsoft Access for business database software. First, I will introduce HOGWART Kost business profile. HOGWART Kost was founded since on October 10, 2010 and built by Derry Hali as its owner. HOGWART Kost located in Dr. Muhammad Hatta Street, Limau Manis, Padang. You can search HOGWART Kost in social media like Instagram, Twitter, and web. Our Instagram account is @HOGWARTKost_. Our Twitter account is @_HOGWARTKost_. And you can search us in web. If you type our web name is hogwartkost.com. HOGWART Kost operational activities carried out include administrative financial process and also support service. The administrative process is carried out by our administrative staff, including the tenant's personal data if needed. The payment process is made at the end of the month, including the cost of renting a room and also the requested support service. Support service that HOGWART Kost provide are laundry, catering, cleaning service, and Wi-Fi. Support service can be ordered by filling out the supporting service form. Purpose of our business is to provide a place to live for students, employees, or people that need a place to live, so people can find a place to live and help them to not waste their time or energy on finding a rented house. Why we need to use database? Because it helps us to easily find data of our tenant, staff, tenants payment, and service payment more easily. That is because HOGWART Kost have many tenants that are difficult to save their information manually. It can have many errors because of differences between data that have personal information and payment. That is why HOGWART Kost needs a database to find data more easily. This is of our staff structure. First, we have owner, administration, and staff that expanded to caretaker, cleaning service, security, catering, and laundry staff. That is all for me. Thank you. I can give that to moderator.
Okay, thank you, DELLA. The next material will continue by Hanan. So Hanan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Zaini. Now I will explain to you our database. For our database, the table of HOGWART Kost. Our table, we have 6 tables, and I will explain to you each of the table. First, we have table of tenant. In the tenant table, we put the tenant identity or information like tenant name, birth of date, gender, address, status, marital status, NI key, phone number, and email to the tenant table. After that, we put the tenant code, room type, room number, room code, and service ID for tenant's residence information. With this table, we can find tenant information and their residence information. Second, we have the table of staff. The staff table, we include their identity or information such as staff name, birth of date, address, phone number, marital status, and email. For their identity as a staff, we put staff ID, position, salary, and since when they work. With the staff table, we can know how many staff that work, their position, and their personal information. Third, table of room. In the table of room, we can see the type of the room, what facility that room has, which number that room has, price of the room, package that provides, how many rooms that are used right now, how many rooms that no one's in, and the total of the room. Fourth, the table of supporting service. In the supporting service table, we show some services that support the daily routine of the tenant. In this table, we put what kind of services that we provide, various packages that can be chosen, and price of the service. Fifth, the table of service payment. In service payment table, we can know what kind of services the tenant choose. We can see how much the tenant spend in supporting service. Six, the table of payment. The payment table. In the payment table, we can see how much the tenant pay to us. In this table, we put their room price in plus price plus with their total price of supporting service that they choose. That's all from me. I will give back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Hanan. So the next material will explain by Lina. So Lina, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. I will explain about relationship and query. Relationship. First is relationship. Relationship is a scheme that shows how the content of the table connect. Here, there are four main tables, and one connecting table and one supporting table. How to connecting it? Using the primary key in the main table and connect it to the connecting table. The primary key of the room table is room code. The primary key of service payment table is service ID. The primary key of the tenant table is tenant code, and the primary key of the staff table is staff ID. Next, query. Query is a command that has been ability to set the data that must be displayed as desired. So after using the query, data will appear the match what we want to filter. Like one query of independent day. This query show data on staff who's born in August. This query aims to filter data to select recipients of basic food gift in the context of Independent Day. Next, query of Valentine's Day. Query of Valentine's Day is table that show data on tenants which born in February. This query aims to filter data to select recipients of chocolate gift on Valentine's Day. Next is a query of discount. Query of discount show data on tenants whose the total payment more than 5 million rupiah and then will be given 8% discount on the total payment. Next, Query of bonus. Query of bonus show data on staff who work the longest at HOGWART Kost and will be given a monetary allowance as amount of 500,000 rupiah. Next, query of free meal. Query of free meal show data on tenants who are still college students and will be given free meals once a month. Okay, this is all from me. The next will be back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Lina, for the material. So the next material will be explained by me. So I will explain the form. We have 7 forms in this business. The forms are as follows. The first one is form of tenants. Tenant form serve data about the tenants. In this form, we also use some buttons such as button to find record to make whoever easier when they need to find certain data of tenants. We also can use press go to the first and last buttons, also next and previous buttons. The second is form of new tenants. This form is used for collect data of new tenants. If there are any tenants who are just recently registered as tenant of our cost, they need to fill the form. In this form, we use Save Record button to save the form which already filled. We also have print button if they want to print them directly and add record button if they want to add the new form. And next is form of staff. The form serves data about the staff. If we need to see the staff that easily, we can use this form. We also can use some button, namely next and previous buttons. Or we also use find record buttons to make us easier to get the data. Or we can use add read buttons or print buttons if we want to print the form. Or we even can use delete record button to delete the form easily. We also can press the quit button on top right corner of the form. And the fourth is form of staff requirements. This form is used to collect data of new staff. The new staff is should the form that required by the HOGWART Kost. In this form, they also can see what requirements that they need to fulfill if they want to apply as a new staff. In this form, we use some buttons such as print out buttons, add record buttons, and save record buttons. And then the fifth is form of room type. The form briefly serves the information about the room type. This form makes it simplify the new tenants to get the information shortly and clearly, so the tenants can choose the room type that suit by themselves. And then the sixth is form of support service. The form briefly serves the information about supporting services. In HOGWART Kost, we serve some services that might can be helpful for tenants if they want to, namely laundry, catering, cleaning service, and Wi-Fi. They also can see what package that HOGWART Kost provide for the tenants. And the last form is form of payment. The form serves the data of tenants' payment. If the tenants want to see how much they have to pay, they can easily find their data bill in this form. We use some buttons such as refresh button to refresh the page, and we also is the tenant using find record button to find the data, and save record button, next previous button, print button if they want to print the form out. Okay, that's all. So the next material can explain by Isamu. Isamu, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Rini. Okay, today I want to next for the report, talking about report. First, I want to talking about the payment. In the report, we making a payment data report. At the payment data report, we just write it the talent number, tenant code, and room type, and the room of number. Next, we going to the staff data. In the staff data, we're writing the staff name, DOD gender, martial status, position, and address. And next, we going to the service payment data. In the service payment data, we write it the tenant's name, tenant's code, service ID, wash, iron, catering, and cleaning service. And next, for the supporting service data. In the supporting service data, we write the service order, service code, package, price, and we writing the description. For example, for price for per month and for time per month. And next, we going to tenant data report. In tenant data report, we write the tenant name, tenant code, staff ID, service ID, room code, room type, and room number. That's all for me. Thank you. Next, I'm going go back to the NURZAYNI.
Okay, thank you, Isamu. So that's all the material that we can serve today. Thank you for listening, and may all this we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.